2024 is here. Are you ready to see your path? Are you ready to move forward in positivity, in light, in love? Leave behind the things that have haunted you, hurt you, brought you down. If so, this is the episode for you. My name is Henry. Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build that positive mindset. I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because this is going to be an extremely impactful and important episode, and I'm so happy to share it with you. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So pick a word, be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say this word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with this energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that clear, positive state. This time we're going to pick a word together. As we say this word, as we breathe in this word, we're going to align on the frequency that this word resonates in. Okay? So imagine as we do it that you are gravitating towards the word, towards the frequency. Okay? The word is control. Okay, so when we breathe in your mind, say control, control, control. Imagine that word on a high frequency, a powerful, bright frequency, however that comes to your mind. Each time you say it as you breathe in, feel yourself getting closer and closer and closer. And as we hold our breath, I'm going to speak some powerful words around that frequency. Try to say them with me. Try to say them in your head. Really feel yourself, feel them. And then as we exhale, allow anything that doesn't resonate with the word control to leave you so you can move forward in that high frequency and really take in this message. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. I am in control. Control is my right. Control is my power. I have the ability to control my thoughts, my mind, and my experience. I have control. And exhale. Well, I'm really just passionate about this message because it actually came from a coaching session I was doing with a client who I've really connected with. I almost feel like, he's a friend in this sense. And we were talking about something. And ultimately, this is what it is. You see, it's 2024. And a lot of times at the start of a new year, we're looking to make changes. We're looking to experience different things, to let go of certain things, whether it's a mind thing, a physical thing, an experience thing. We want what we desire. We want something different. Well, how do you find that path? You see, it's not about looking for the path. It's becoming the person that can see it. And this is an example I used with him, and I think this will make sense for you. So imagine that there's a kitchen, right? And this kitchen is a soup kitchen. That's what it makes, is different types of soup. Now, you are a chef. You know how to cook, but you've never made soup in your life. You've never made any soup. You don't know the recipes to any soups. You don't know. You've never cared for it. In fact, you don't even particularly like soup. So you have no indication of what would be good in the soup. But you come into this kitchen and someone says to you, I want you to make this very unique soup. And you look around and you see all these ingredients and it doesn't make sense to you. So you try to think back on what you know, the other foods and stuff, and you try to put something together. But is it going to be the soup that the person asked for? Of course not. Now imagine, same scenario, except you've practiced making soup your whole life. You've trained in soup. Your favorite food is soup. You love eating soup. That's why you became a chef, because you want to make the best soups that you could ever imagine. And so you go into the same kitchen, everything is still there as before, and the person says, I want you to make this specific soup. How do you think that soup's going to turn out? It's going to be wonderful, see, but the things weren't different. The environment, the life in front of you wasn't different. It was the who that was different. You see, you don't need to change the external. You need to change the internal. The world is as you are, not as it is. That kitchen was not the wrong kitchen to cook soup in. You were just the wrong person to make the soup. So whatever thing you desire, you have to become the person that would attract it. You have to create that thing on paper in your mind. Who do you want to be? And maybe you don't know, but start with something. What do you admire? What do you look at in the world and say, I want that. I want to experience that. Because here's the thing. When you go on the growth path, you will pick wrong things. You will align with things that actually don't serve you. You just don't know yet. But as you start going towards them, you realize, oh, this wasn't for me. That's what growth is. Growth is moving, experiencing things, and then being big enough to realize this was the wrong move for me. I learned, but I'm letting it go. Growth is not linear. It's not that you're going to know exactly who you want to be, exactly how to get there, and every step you make is going to be perfect. It's going to be met with love. It's going to be met with trust and forgiveness every single time. That's not how it works. It wouldn't be growth if it was that way. That would just be experiencing. But you are a being, a powerful energy that's here to grow, not just experience. That's why everyone's experience is so unique, because our mission, I believe, is to expand love. Well, to expand love, you have to go where it isn't and then create it. That's how you make something that wasn't. You go where it's not, and then you become the light that needs to be there. But you don't know what light needs to be generated until you're there. So stop looking external. Don't wait for your job to provide the promotion. Don't wait for your situation to fix itself. And I've done this. I am doing this in certain areas, and I'm talking to myself. This is alignment with self as well. That's a big part of the 2024 experience for me, is I'm operating as a version of myself, Henry Lawrence, that is something. Right? And so I'm becoming him. Henry Lawrence is the successful version of me from another timeline that I pulled into this one and woke up on January 1st, 2024, knowing how Henry Lawrence is, and is going to have the habits, the thoughts, the beliefs that that version of me has, even though it has the experience of previous version of me, and it's going to move forward and create that life. And it's my purpose to share it. That's what we're doing. In fact, your purpose is the same. You may share it in a different way. You may share it with your friends, your family members, your community, your church, your school, your work, wherever you go. You don't have to start a podcast. You don't have to become a YouTube creator or a speaker or any of those things, because those aren't better. Those aren't right. There is no right or wrong as far as how to be. It's just how you were supposed to be that guides you. So become the correct chef that can cook the meal you want to experience. Stop waiting for the perfect ingredients to be in front of you, because you don't know what they are. You don't. That's why when somebody, I think of like a plumber or any kind of trade, right? Say you've got a leak in your house or an electrical issue. So you bring in that person that's got 20 years experience, right? You're not paying them on fixing the item. You're paying them on how quickly they can do it. You see, they can do it fast because they've done it for 20 years. So you might think, oh, well, that only took you 10 minutes, so it shouldn't cost a lot. No, it only took them 10 minutes because they've done it for 20 years. They are an expert in that field. They became the thing, so they solve it. They see it clearly. This goes here, this goes here. It's not confusing to them. They know the path to that result because they became the person that would do it. That's our purpose, is to become the person that can find the path and give that version of ourselves away. I made the mistake, and I call it a mistake because it can suck you in so much. But I was scrolling on TikTok, and I got on some lives, and there's particular groups, especially in America, where things, really in any first world country where things are good, where we find ways to find pain in our lives. We actively search for what is wrong. But you see, the laws of the universe cannot be only true when you want them to be. They are the laws of the universe that everything operates on. What you focus on will expand. If you look for what's wrong in the world, you will be expanding it, even if you think you're fighting it. War against anything creates more war. That's how it is. You cannot want something and be the other. You cannot be angry at one person, but then operate in love to another. You're not in either one. You're mixed. You're angry and in love. You're in this both things. So you're not truly in your power, which is absolute love at all times. I'm not saying I'm there, but that's the journey. That's the quest. You need to become the person. So pay attention to what you focus on. What you focus on, you expand. If you see the injustice in the world, the pain in the world, the hurt, if that becomes your purpose to let everyone know about that, like the pain and these people are bad and this is bad, you become the expansion of that. What you focus on expands. That doesn't mean you can't get rid of those things, but you have to be the proponent of love in the situation. You have to be the expander of the light in the situation. That's how you solve it, because what you focus on expands. That's why focus on yourself, heal within yourself, and the path forward will expand for you. It's already there. The path to $1 million is in front of you right now. The path to health is in front of you right now. If that's in the cards, you might be at the end of your human experience. Sometimes you can't change it. Sometimes the time is up. We're not in control of everything. Only thing we're in control of is the experience that we have while we're here. You see, there's all these frequencies existing in this plane of experience that we're having. You get to decide which one you're on. Money doesn't change it. Convenience doesn't change it. Who's in charge doesn't change it. Who has the power doesn't change it. Whatever color your skin is doesn't change it. You dictate the experience that you're on. And if you don't believe that, you will be a victim and you're giving someone else your power. I'm not saying that people don't do bad things to people. They absolutely do. But they do it to your body. They don't do it to your spirit. When you start becoming those things and speaking about those things and making those things your reality, then you're turning your spirit into those things. You have so much power. So much. If all of us every single day woke up, did what's best for our health, did what's best for our mind. I'm not saying what's easy or comfortable. In fact, it's the opposite. If you want to be healthy, you have to eat the foods that aren't tasty, that aren't comfortable, that aren't the most enjoyable. If you want a physically healthy body, you have to do the things that aren't comfortable. In fact, comfort is a trap a lot of times. I'm not saying don't relax on the couch or get a massage or eat a cookie. I love cookies. I love relaxing. I love massages. All of those things. I'm just saying anytime you want elevation, anytime you want to level up, it's meant in the pain. It's built in the hard times. So why wouldn't this earth be any different? If we are beings that want to be closer to love, that want to level up, that want to rise up in frequency, why wouldn't we come to a place that forces us into that energy? In fact, if you find yourself in a worse situation, because I know some people are born with a silver spoon, some people are born with loving parents, some people are born in war country, in poverty, people are coming from different beginnings, but I don't believe that the human is the end of what you are. I believe you're a spiritual being having experience. And to me, there's either two versions of it. One, so many people are trying to incarnate right now because this is the turning of the earth. So they want to be here. So they will jump in to any experience they can have because they want to be here for the ride. Or you're a being that wants to level up to the next level. So you're going to choose a challenging experience because it's harder to operate in love when things are difficult. You see, it's harder to be the chef when the recipe isn't there or when the proper ingredients aren't there. But if you're an excellent chef, meaning you're excellent at being you, then you will find a way because the path will always present itself based upon who you are, not what you have. It's that simple. If someone builds themselves up financially, they create wealth. And I'm talking about self-made. They weren't handed a thing. If they lose it all, they can do it again because they understand the law of attraction. They understand that things are not as they are. It is as they are. They are already elevated, so they don't need things to be a certain way. They just know how to find and attract the thing they desire because they become it every single time. And when they lose it, usually, it's because they became out of alignment who they are. You see this in professional sports all the time. They finally make it. They get that big payday. That's what they were chasing for. And all of a sudden, their stats, their ability go crashing down. They achieved what they wanted. And so they stopped. They stopped doing the things and they went back down. And maybe that's their goal. That's perfectly fine. Ultimately, it's up to you. You are the project. You are the path. It's never external. If you're looking for external, you're going to be lost. If you're looking for external, you're going to be hurt. It's never there. You have the power. I have the power. We are the ones. Let's become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful. I actually just finished a workout that I didn't want to do. I was out of breath. I was tired. And I was thinking, let's just record it now. I'm really loving just getting here and speaking, getting into that frequency conversation that I hope resonated. And I hope this one did. Sometimes I just don't know, but it was what I needed to say and I needed to hear for myself. And hopefully it resonated with you so we can grow together. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. You can also follow me on social media. There's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate everybody that's followed me there. We're going to end with a final deep breath to really align ourselves with that power, with that control frequency that we all have. So when we breathe in, Say the word control, control. Really visualize it. Each time you say it in your mind as you're breathing it, allow it to grow and grow and grow. As you hold your breath, I'm going to speak some positive words around that frequency. Listen to them, try to say them in your mind. And as you exhale at the end, allow all of the negativity, pretty much anything that doesn't resonate with the control, to leave you, and then move forward into your wonderful day. So let's go ahead and breathe in. You are in control. It's your power. It's your gift. Control is yours. You see, you don't control the external world. You control yourself, and you have the gift. You have control. And go ahead and exhale.